Hello, folks. Welcome to this Solar Fit Renewable Energy Show. It's another beautiful day in Florida. We're getting close to the end of June, and it's getting hotter than a son of a gun down here. Coming to you from our studios in Daytona Beach, Florida. I want to give a shout-out to our friends at Daytona Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram for their loyal support through the years, and to our driver, Mr. Daniel Dye, competing full-time this year in the Xfinity Series, driving a number 10 Colleague Chevrolet. Just came back from Pocono, heading up to Atlanta this weekend. It is very exciting. He's doing so well. I hope you guys can tune in to CW and watch the race and cheer him on. We've got two very important guests with us today. First is my good friend and longtime business partner, Mr. Bob Harrington. Bob, welcome to the show.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here again.
Oh, Bob, you are something else. Okay, and our newest guest is Mr. Ben Simon with Arca Energy. Ben, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Excited to talk to everyone today.
Oh, this is really cool. So, Bob, I guess that you have known Ben for quite a little while. Do you want to give a little bit of an intro into Ben's stuff, and then we'll let him take it from there?
Sure. So I got to meet Ben at the International Solar Show. He was working for a company called Complete. He was doing sales for them. And I have a very strong connection with Complete with a gentleman named Shane Messer, who happened to be the vice president at the time. And now Shane has left that company and moved over to Arca. And Ben has been part of his world for what now, 2 years at Arca?
Yeah, 2.5, 3 years. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So Ben became a good friend. We smoked cigars together. And then Ben and I every Friday exchange a song, right? Just to kind of say, hey, this is what I'm listening to. And Ben says, hey, this is what I'm listening to. Ben's a musician.
I still miss it sometimes, Bob. You're certainly you're far more consistent with it than I am, but I do my best.
Okay, when you guys say you share a song, do you sing to each other, or how does that work?
So I just send him a song via YouTube. And it just kind of says, this is kind of what I'm listening to right now. And then Ben listens to it, makes a comment. Then he shoots one back to me every once in a while. We also have another gentleman in there that's the vice president of sales for Arca, Jeff Zazulis. And we all three just kind of exchange a couple of songs here and there just to say this is what we're listening to.
That is crazy great. So Bob is our business development manager for North Florida, and he and I chat almost every day. And of course, when he told me about the songs and stuff, I brought up country, and he went, country? Who listens to country? And I go, what? I mean, you don't know who Eric Church is? Come on. And then I sent him an Eric Church song to listen to at The Hands of Time. I don't know if you listened to that yet, Ben, or not.
I have not. I'm not familiar with Eric Church. I'm one of those guys who doesn't know who he is, but I love country. It's just like I love old school country. Waylon Jennings, Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson, the Highwaymen supergroup, man, just fantastic stuff.
Oh, man. I think every type of music is great. It really is. It does something to our soul, doesn't it, guys?
It does.
Yeah. That is all. Yeah, that's all music is it's an extension to kind of what's happening to me in that day.
Yeah, I really like country, and I wasn't sure why I gravitated toward that because when I was younger it wasn't so much, but I've come to the opinion that it's because it reminds me of Irish ballads. Everything is a story. Everything has a connection to taking your shoes off and getting your feet in the dirt, and of course we talk about the gun racks and the pickup trucks and the ladies and the dogs. That's all part of it. But I just love every type of music. So how the heck can we get over on this subject? I don't know, Ben. we can go off track in any kind of direction here. Oh, I also want to give a shout out to WNZF Talk Radio for hosting this show now for 17 years.
Way the gecko was.
Oh, sorry.
What was that?
That something started on my computer.
Oh, geez. Okay. I wanted to give a shout out to our friends at WNZF Talk Radio for hosting this show for over 17 years now. The awesome people up there, and if they're listening in, we're thinking about you. Anyway, they're going to produce this show as soon as it's done. It's going to be aired on Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. and hope everyone can listen to it. If not, check our podcast. But okay, Ben, back to you. Tell us about where you grew up and how you ended up in this position.
That's great. So actually, as Bob alluded to, I work with Shane over at Arca Energy, and I started rolling in Shane's circle about 4 years ago now. Prior to that, I've worked with a small company called Tesla. Prior to that, I was with an even smaller company called Apple. So, the idea of renewable and EV and batteries and sustainability has been in my career for a while now. I also worked for a small EPC for a while, which is how I met Shane. And when he went over to ARCA, he was like, "Hey, Ben, I want you to come work with me on this project." And I'm over here as the director of channel sales for the East. So there's two of me in the country. Paige Crosswhite's over on the West, and I'm on the East. And we help installers who specialize in outdoor living really come to understand these products and be able to put them in for their customers' benefit.
Where is ARCA based, Ben?
Yeah, we're based out of California.
Okay. California, Bob, that sounds familiar.
It sounds very familiar, A lot of stuff happens in California.
Yeah, well,
I believe the product is manufactured over in India in some cases, parts of it.
Sir. Yep. It's all manufactured over in India. We have 14 approved patents and 34 plus filed on our structures and our products in general. So it's really cutting-edge technology, and they're just beautiful, beautiful, sexy structures. We're really trying to redefine outdoor living by seamlessly integrating renewable energy into premium outdoor structures. And ARCA is really the first mover in green energy integrated shade structures. So we deliver solutions that combine cutting-edge technology, sustainable design, and financial benefits.
Ben, I had a chance to visit your website, and I'll tell you, I have not seen that type of quality structure in all the time we've been in business. I see half-hearted attempts at canopies and this, that, and the other thing, and pieced together. But this thing is a work of art, man. Congratulations to you guys for putting it together.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's really a beautiful product, and these things by themselves, they are steel structures. So the wind load of our standard structure is like 150 mile an hour wind, so it covers most of Florida just by itself. But you can also add on like an extreme weather package that makes that even higher. So you could go up to 175 mile an hour hurricane force region with our extreme weather package. It's crazy. Nobody else offers that.
Well, I see a real advantage down in Miami, sitting under your canopy at 150 mile an hour in your lawn chair, and everything would be fine.
Strapped to it. Yes,
just sit out on the lawn. Strap yourself to the structure. You're good to go.
Florida has some unique challenges, not unlike the rest of the United States. I mean, of course, California, you have wildfires and earthquakes, and Florida is the hurricane thing down here. We got it going on. We never know when it's coming. But you guys do you do storage as well?
We do. We partnered with a sister company of ours, Endure Energy, for the storage side of it, and not just storage. We don't manufacture the storage, but so ARCA, our premium outdoor structures include patios, gazebos, canopies, and EV carports. So they integrate solar technology to enhance living spaces while generating clean energy.
Wow! So whoever's listening to this, if you're in the eastern part of Florida all the way up to Jacksonville, if you're interested in having a structure like this, if you'll give us a call, we'll bring it in. Ben will help us. Bob will help us. We'll get this thing put on your property. But beware, when this happens, you're going to have all your neighbors coming over because they're going to say, "What in the world is this? This is beautiful."
Yeah, they're gorgeous, and the pictures do not do it justice. Until you see one in person, you don't know how amazing these things are.
Yeah, so not only is it a beautiful shade structure that you can put over your patio, which is like huge down here. Ben, I don't know if you've been to Florida lately, but it's like 600 to 700 degrees. It's boiling eggs on the sidewalk. It's hot, and if you don't have some kind of screen or something over your head, you're going, "My God, what am I doing here?"
Yeah, and it's really amazing. These things can be outfitted with all sorts of accessories. Like, you don't need a heater down there, but you kind of need a heater up here. I'm in New Hampshire. So you can outfit it with a heater attachment. You can do fans. You can do screens. You can do blinds. You could just do privacy shades. And as noted earlier, the batteries, of course, too. So, there's no limit on the type of accessories that you can put on these things.
Yeah, and it's strong enough. You bring up New Hampshire. I mean, I'm very familiar with New Hampshire. Go up there all the time. Heading up there in a couple of weeks, actually. But you get a lot of snow up there, and you've got to have something pretty robust. And this stuff, man, this looks like bulletproof.
Oh, totally. Like the snow load capability for just the basic structure is 50 pounds per square feet. And with the extreme weather package, it's 60 pounds per square feet.
Holy mackerel. Hey, did they have anything up in that area? Years ago, this will date me for sure, but we used to have what they called head bolt heaters. Have you ever heard of that?
I have not.
Bob, have you? You're a lot older than me. Do you remember, Bob?
No. No, you're pulling that out of your old bag of tricks.
No. A head bolt heater was like, where I came from in the Adirondacks, very similar to New Hampshire. It is not unusual to have 30 below for a week at a time. Mm-hmm. Well, the cars, you can't start a car when it's 30 below zero. So the head bolt heater, you actually plug it into the engine and it warms the oil in the engine.
Yeah. So we called those something different. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding you. When I lived in Idaho, I had the cord sticking out the front of my vehicle, and we just called it a block heater.
You know, Bob,
yeah, me too. I know it's a block heater.
I thought, Bob, that was something that the family used to bring you home after a hard night. That cord.
Correct.
But it was actually a heater. Oh, jeez. Who knew?
It was hooked up to the seat so that if I tried to make a move, they would shock me.
Oh God! Yeah. So anyway, I don't know where I went with that one either. But I'm just wondering, this snow that sometimes it's light, sometimes it's heavy in New Hampshire. But is there any way to heat a structure like that would melt the snow off it? Have you ever seen that, Ben?
I'm sure there's a way, but because the top of the structure is all solar tiles and it's all black. Typically, the snow doesn't last long on them. And also, the roofs are pitched for rainwater, so things will shed off pretty naturally. If you had to, you could go up there with a roof rake, but it's really not that necessary.
Yeah, that is awesome. So do you put, like, EV chargers on them as well?
Yeah. As I noted earlier, we actually have a specific product that we developed called our PowerPort EV. And we came out with that because people were buying these gazebos and putting chargers and batteries on them so they could use them as a carport. So we just designed a carport.
Wow. Okay, so we've got applications here that people, maybe they have a driveway that's 20 feet wide and maybe 40 feet long or something like that. Do you custom build these units, or are they all the same size? Or tell us about that.
Yeah, so the carports are available in a single bay, a dual bay, or a quad bay. And the single bay is about 21 feet long and about 13 feet wide. And you just double it and quadruple it from there. The double is a little less wide, and the quad is a little less wide than 4 times that, but it's about the same. But if you have, or you know somebody that's looking for commercial applications, we also do special design for multiple dozens, if not potentially hundreds of carports if they need.
Wow. So if we have an application, which we do, where a customer has a huge electric bill, you can kind of help us custom design a kind of a carport thing for him with your technology?
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's partnered with a proprietary software, a proprietary software called ARCA 360. It is our engineering, procurement, and construction design software specifically meant for all needs of solar, not just our products. So it's great for any solar EPC. But yeah, it's what we use to design these projects for sure.
That's great. Hey, Bob, I don't want to commandeer this whole thing. Jump in there and give us some of your thoughts.
Well, I was going to say, just so everybody knows, it's www.arkaenergy.com, and you can see the pictures of the carports and everything else that's out there. It's something that you and I have talked about, Bill, and I think it's a great addition to the builder space because it becomes a unique feature and additional square footage for the homes down here, right? We're building an awful lot of 12, 15, 1,700 square foot homes, and I've not seen any of the builders putting screens on the back end of them. So, doing something like this seems super natural and super advantageous to the consumer because they could either do a carport, they could do a patio, they could do a lean-to, whatever is necessary. And then I've spoken to a few people at ARCA, including men, and as long as it's necessary for the construction of the lean-to or the carport or anything like that, it gets the federal tax credit until the end of the year, which, sounds like we're going to maybe extend it. So sounds like the government's maybe going to extend it, so you may have that, right?
Yes, and that's a great point. And I think it's also important to note that when you're comparing our power gazebo, power patio to traditional shade structures, right? And you can't compare these things to the Walmart $5,000 jobs. Those are great. They serve a purpose. They're made out of aluminum, not steel. But when you're looking at other steel structures or even stick-built structures, you're looking at a cost between $180 and $240 a square foot. Whereas our structures are $130 to $145 a square foot, and that's before the tax incentive that Bob was talking about, right? This also increases the home value. It's sales tax exempt, right? So there's a lot of things that go into it. Oh, yeah, and here's the kicker, right? Other shade structures don't pay you back. This one does. We write you a check every single month with the energy that we produce.
Holy moly, this sounds too good to be true. Folks, please do not go away. We're going to take a short break. When you get back, we're going to tell you how you can get happily involved in this product. Right back with you. Hi folks, Bill Gallagher with SolarFit here. Have you ever thought about utilizing solar power for your home or business? Well, there's never been a better time to plug into the sun and stop renting electricity. How would you like to let your roof start paying you each month? Give us a call at 445-7606. That's 445-7606. Or visit us at solarfit.com and set yourself free.
SolarFit your life and set yourself free with the sun's free energy.
Hello folks, Bill Gallagher. Welcome back to the SolarFit Renewable Energy Show. I am speaking with my friend and business partner Bob Harrington and Mr. Ben Simon with Arca Energy out of California. Of course, we're here in Daytona Beach, Florida. It's actually 3,021 miles to where Ben is sitting right now. It's probably more than that, isn't it, Ben?
Yes, sir. That's where the corporate office is. I'm a little actually, I'm probably a little further. I'm up in New Hampshire, so I'm about 3,000 miles from you as well.
Oh God, I love New Hampshire. What town are you in up there?
I'm in Kensington, which is right on the coast by Seabrook and Exeter.
Oh boy, yeah. Is that north of Portsmouth? Must be, huh?
It's a little south,
south.
It's southwest, just barely, by 15 minutes.
That's God's country right there, buddy. I'll tell you, in the summertime, in the wintertime, I don't know. It's a little rugged. Hey Ben, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in the D.C. area. I was technically born in Washington, D.C., born and raised in Maryland, but I've lived all up and down the East Coast. I actually even went to school at Florida State for a few years, so I'm familiar with the weather down there.
So Bob is telling me you're involved in martial arts.
Yes, sir. I am a jiu-jitsu instructor, Brazilian jiu-jitsu instructor in Londonderry, New Hampshire.
Oh, man, that's awesome. My brother, real... advocate fan of Gracie's Jiu-Jitsu. He did it for many, many years. In fact, my brother holds the recognition of fighting Benny the Jet Benny the Jet Curtis. Yeah, that was anyway.
Yeah, yep.
Over 100 fights undefeated. Yep,
that's amazing.
Greatest kickboxers ever. Anyway, awesome. Well, keep up the great work. Are you still working out now?
Yeah, I was just there last night, training in 90-degree weather.
Oh my God. Very cool, very cool. Okay, Bob, you got to behave when you're around Ben, okay?
I always do, because when you see him, he's got a very tight haircut. He's got an earring, and he looks like a musician, but you can tell he handles himself quite well.
Oh, geez, okay. It's about time you behave, Bob. I've been telling you that for years. Anyway, we get off of these diversions. I have no idea how we get there. I think we were talking about, oh yeah, that's right, solar. That's right. Arca Energy. The structure itself, we're talking about, what was I going to say on that? Okay, where do you put the batteries? Do they actually go in the house, or they go part of the structure?
Yeah, so it really varies. Like the cabinets that we use through Endure are outdoor rated cabinets, so typically they'll go closer to the main service panel, and it really depends upon the size of storage and the size of capacity that you have for your solar array, right? So if you have one of these structures up in your house, you could likely get away with anywhere between 10 and 15 kilowatt hours of backup.
Great. Okay, I wrote this down, 21 by 13 feet. How many solar modules typically would go on a structure like that?
Yeah, so that particular carport, the carport is 21 by 13. The carport has 10 traditional PV modules on it.
10, okay.
But the gazebo and the patio, so the gazebos and the patios are a little bit different, right? So the gazebos and the patios use a really sexy solar tile, and that's what makes them so beautiful. And they are ARCA-produced and patented solar tiles. And these structures range in size from 12 by 16 to 12 by 26. So the number of solar tiles that goes on them ranges from 32 all the way up to 56, depending on the size, shape, and flavor.
Holy smoko. So what does that relate to in size, kilowatt size? How big are how many watts are they?
So here's I'm going to interrupt
go
for just 1 second. Sorry, Ben. I'm going to interrupt for just 1 second. Right? So as I've been talking to the executives and Ben at ARCA, this product is not sold as a solar generator. It is sold as a structure, and then it has solar as a bonus, right? So most of your pergolas, most of your lean-tos, whatever is built around the house, costs, like Ben said, costs anywhere from $120 to $135 to up and up. Whereas you can get this ARCA product and get solar on it, so you get this little bonus that's going to pay you back. So what's happening is a lot of people are putting solar on their house and solar on their patio, and it allows the augment. The other advantage that I understand through a gentleman who's a good friend of mine, Mike Mattioli, is that it's the extra square footage, and the builders do not necessarily want to put anything on the roof right away. So it allows to put all the power on the pergola, and you're not necessarily attaching anything to the home. You're just adding the bonus.
Man,
yeah, you're totally right, Bob. And so we totally address e-market challenges, such as the 80% of California homeowners who find their roofs unsuitable for solar, right? So by offering these solar integrated outdoor structures, we really provide a seamless and aesthetically pleasing alternative that transform outdoor spaces while delivering energy independence and, giving you a little bit off your bill every month. But again, like Bob said, that's not the point. The point is that that's like a holy moly, this is great. But wait, there's more. This is a shade structure that is on par with other shade structures of its quality, if not cheaper, especially when you take into account the tax incentive. And if and when that goes away, it's still more cost effective because of that money you save off your electric bill every month. So it's a nice to have.
Yeah, Bob, you and I have been in many places where we see homes built with like a concrete pad out back, but nothing over it. It's
nothing on top of it.
I'm not sure how people can actually sit out there in comfort, but something like this would be perfect.
I mean, you go to these builders' places and you walk out your back door and there's a pad there. There's nothing to protect you.
Yeah.
Right? You're just immediately walking out into the rain.
Yeah.
Or the rain is pattering off of the pad and getting all over your door, getting all over the side of your house. Why wouldn't you have some sort of structure to give you some extra square footage? Is what I like. What I really like about the product.
Yeah, and I like the feature of not only saving money on your electric bill, but being able to capture the tax credit too. Those are a double bonus. Yeah, and I think, Ben, you were getting ready to say something about the tax credit. It looks like it's in the Senate right now. Maybe there'll be some saving grace. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm hopefully optimistic that we'll at least get an extension on it, but you never know. The ebbs and flows of the way our government works sometimes works in our favor, sometimes doesn't. But either way, ARCA's in the clear and a great solution for every homeowner.
Yeah, for sure. Are you seeing some adoption out there in California with the builders, or even in New Hampshire, where they're saying, man, this is ideal, this is what we need as an add-on?
Yeah, absolutely, especially in California, because our structures help new homes become Title 24 compliant, where they have to have solar. And, of course, a lot of people don't want to put solar on their new house.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things. Maybe the house is shaded in part, or maybe the roof is not congruent with the solar. So having its own space is pretty darn cool. And I just see people.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bob.
I was going to say the one that gets me right is everybody tells me I don't want to put solar on the front of my house. I don't want to look at it, and I'm like, I'm the exact opposite. I want to thump my chest and say, hey, look, guys, I have solar.
Yeah, I got solar right on the front of my house, and every time I come home, I look at it, look up, and go, big grin,
Yeah, for those people, they can put it on their patio cover, right?
Yeah.
Be all set up.
Gosh, are you looking for dealers across America, Ben, or what are you looking for?
We are always looking for dealers across America. And in fact, we're like a choose your own adventure type of company, where you get to. If you want to just install our products and we sell it for you, that's great. If you want to sell and install our products, that's great too. If you just want to find your own customers and sell the product, that's also great. We want to be as involved or as not involved as you want us to be, but just know that we could take care of everything through full permitting and approval and preparing the permit pack, anything that's necessary to move this through the finish line.
Okay, folks, if you're out there and you're in the Florida area, call 386-445-7606, and the first 3 callers will get a discount on their very own Arca Energy. How's that, Bob?
That's awesome. That is awesome.
And Bob Harrington will come and help you design it himself.
Correct. No, I'd be happy to.
Well, Ben, this is really interesting, man. I'll tell you what. In those 2 tiny companies, you won't believe this, but I actually heard of both of them. Tesla. Now, why does that ring a bell? And then Apple. That kind of rings a bell too. So tell us what you did there.
Yeah, with Apple, I was one of the managers within the retail operations and helped to lead the teams and run the Genius Bar, run the sales organization, run that type of stuff. Within Tesla, I worked as a regional service manager in the Northeast for the vehicles.
Oh my God! Hey, Bob, I think I saw you at the Genius Bar the other night, didn't I?
Hey, any bar I'm at is a Genius Bar.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, gosh darn, I'll tell you what.
It's not me, it's everybody around me.
It's everybody around you.
I raise everybody's intelligence to genius.
Oh, geez. Wow. Hey, Ben, if you, anything that we could take a look at, man, I'm really interested. We want to be dealers of yours down here in Florida. Anything we take a look at, I'm heading up to actually New Hampshire in a week or two. You got anything up there? Anything along the way I could stop and put my eyes on?
Nothing installed in New Hampshire, but I could certainly get you a few addresses down in Florida.
Really? Okay. Would you do that for me, please? Because I'd like to go take a look,
Yep.
and maybe Bob and I'll get down and scope it out, and we'll start offering this because I think there's some real value there. Hey, boy. Geez, I can't believe we're almost out of time, guys. I want to thank you both for coming on. Ben, it's very nice to meet you over the phone. Bob, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm pretty sure we've got something cooking tomorrow on the builder side, and maybe those fellas there would be perfect 2 recipients. What do you think?
That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, guys. Well, listen, we're going to fly off for now, folks. Please tune in to CW and watch Daniel up in Atlanta this weekend. Cheer him on. He's bringing the Race to Stop Suicide colors and the Solar Fit colors across America and helping spread awareness to something that we're really, really passionate about. Anyway, we're going to sign off for now. Thanks again, guys.
Thanks so much.
Okay, man. Talk to you. Have a good weekend. Talk to you next time. Bye.